VRChat has been on Steam since 2017, and 7 years later, we still don't have any achievements to show for it. Like any console or game hub these days, Steam gives game devs the ability to upload special awards, known as achievements, for players to collect and show off their understanding and dedication to a game. 100%ing many of these games comes as a trial, and there are countless creators who pride themselves in fully completing every game they can. Actually, VRChat couldn't add achievements because I don't care. New year, new me. Alright, Happy New Year's everyone, and I hope you're having a fantastic time. Here's to another one, and perhaps if you enjoy this snippet, consider subscribing to my channel. To start, I had to understand the basics. What exactly was considered a Steam achievement? And after reading the official documentation on how to add one, it boiled down to literally whatever you want, as long as there's the ability to make the in-game tick for it. In translation, if the game can make a note of it, then you can make an achievement out of it. My second goal was to set ground rules for achievements, trying to get into the mindset that is the VRChat devs. What would they want to promote? What would they prefer to stay underground? I decided to keep it simple. The rules for creating any achievement was that they must be recognized through VRChat's site alone, so no world or avatar specific goals, lacking controversial content, no adult related awards, and at least one time a year in the past 3 years, so no special limited time events. Adding to that, I also set some personal goals for the video, considering VRChat achievements as DLC for those who don't want to pay, and that every achievement has its own unique photo, just like a real Steam game. Also, I am not an artist, and I am sensitive. I will cry. I came to the conclusion that the biggest goal VRChat would fulfill using achievements would be to make the players explore and interact with each other and the game more. So if someone really did want to 100% it, they'd have to go out of their way to make friends, build connections, and create content. With that, let's start with the basics. These are achievements that are easy to obtain for new players, but may take some time. I'm not going to go into my logic for most of these as they're pretty self-explanatory. We've got the standard user rank level ups, which can only be done by playing the game or buying VRChat Plus to get that sweet, sweet boost. Next would be options to customize your experience and build connections, like your user profile and safety settings. It boggles my mind how so many new users have no idea why they need safety systems, so these options would help a player make their account more attuned to their play style. VRChat is also known for people bragging about their playtime, so I thought it'd be a great filler option to show how long you've been in the game for. And while you're sticking around to get that 10k, might as well hit the meter goals. Can you guess why the first one is 1.6k meters? To wrap up the basics, we finally have our first transitional award, creating your own instance of a world. A sweet and simple step towards the more specific instances. Worlds and avatars. If you've played VRChat for more than a few hours, you'd learn pretty quickly that this game thrives on creator expense primarily. VRChat puts out and works with some bangers, and we'll get into that more later on, but in general, if you want something, you're either going to have to pay for it or make it yourself. And in terms of difficulty, VRChat isn't too bad with getting the new people caught up to speed on the uploading basics. There are so many tools out there that could help any skill level succeed, and I can say that I've seen VRChat make someone who had a vision build an empire. Naturally, we'll start out with the simple ones, cloning avatars, favoriting worlds, ones that you don't actually need to install Unity for. It's just cool to have an indicator how many places you've explored and how many faces you've worn. Also, having one dedicated to the error world that has gotten much more common lately would be great. A little self-deprecating humor is good for the soul. I also find it important to have specific trophies dedicated to community labs, as I still know some people who have no idea they need to toggle to see the worlds not yet verified. But the only way they can get out of community labs is to have people visit them, so a win-win for both World Uploader and World Explorer. Next are the achievements that are Unity-based, uploading worlds and avatars, getting interaction in those worlds, and making the effort for cross-compatibility. You know, since there are so many Quest players. Plus, one trophy for each avatar performance rank you hit. I think VRChat would probably only want to reward poor or better, but very poor should never be excluded. Moving away from worlds and avatars is the peak of VRChat popularity, the social aspect of it. We've already covered the basic ones like making friends, but there are features to come with adding and sorting your friends. There are also the group aspects to consider, which have been a core feature implemented in VRChat. And while VRChat can't track what you do in detail, the amount of time spent with a specific person may make an easier stat to track. To wrap up the standard achievements, we have special events. For categorization's sake, these are for things either hosted by VRChat or with VRChat being directly involved, and happen at minimum once a year for a certain period of time. This doesn't count as one-time events such as concerts or charities, though a standard default one for any of those could be a good middle ground. The problem with those events is the nature of having something only show up for a small time, thus being unavailable for newer players to unlock, as well as the frustration that would be having to make custom ones for each time something special happens. However, for constant events, we do have a few different options. Spookyality, VRChat, World Jam, New Year's Party, hello. All really fun things to do without the year. With the main content out of the way, I want to bring up the first DLC option, VRChat Plus. VRChat already has countless to do without the need of purchasing a monthly subscription. However, they've made it more worth it over the years with groups, custom emotes, and their newest addition, stickers. These are all things that you'll probably already end up doing regardless when you purchase VRChat Plus, so nothing too hard to obtain, and I don't think I need to get into any more detail about them. And if you've made it this far, I will give you a little gift. Here's some meme ones that 100% would not be achievements, but I know you've already said when I mentioned tonight's game. You're welcome. And a special little treat from me to you, we have a class that I added as a personal twofer. VRChat has a section for badges, but has barely done anything with the badges. I think it might be an interesting way to promote healthy growth within the game if you not only got a badge to show off your next to your name tag, but also as an achievement on Steam. The first on our list is the World Badge, dedicated for players who are known for making worlds that are well explored and have great quality in VRChat. These creators have made the experiences possible without the need of any direct control, and just the world itself is enough. Next would be the Creator Badge, which is for those who give a specific niche to the community. Unlike groups, worlds, or streamers, these are avatar builders, script creators, experience makers, planners, and hosts that perhaps don't run a specific group or make a specific world, but instead are heavily integrated in VRChat as a person who's made a big difference in the background. This would also help with the trust system, since VRChat is starting to make more hard limitations on what you upload. Users have a history of creating amazing content could get more slack and a pass ignoring those limitations. If Lakuza made a world that's a full gigabyte, it's not because he doesn't know what he's doing, it's because whatever he made is solid. The next section of badges are for those who don't make, but do support. People who are active within beta testing, constantly calling on the canny, actively making a significant effort to check out the community labs. All of that doesn't take as much know-how as world and avatar building, but are a serious need within VRChat's community. The fourth is a little more self-indulgent, and that's the creator section. While not being a world or avatar builder, content creators make another large section of VRChat, and there are plenty of active games that reward creator behavior. I hate to mention it, but Gorilla Tag comes to mind with finger painting. This would force creators to not only make non-disruptive content if they want recognition for it, but build the social platform of those who are active within it in a positive way, and give more information, news, and cool spaces to check out. I would also argue that this covers community creators who made a significant impact on the general atmosphere on VRChat. Groups, once again, are something the game is pushing hard, and would be more substantial if the people who made groups were rewarded in some way for their effort. I thank you again for being my unwilling viewers tonight. I hope your New Year festivities are going great, and perhaps if you permit, you'll take a little sneaky peeky at my stuff. Drink your water, eat your broccoli, and have a fantastic day. See you all in the next video. Also, here's a few screenshots of the weird suggestions that I got from my community. What the